Madrid. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. We're ready. FC Bayern Munich is ready for Real Madrid on Wednesday, and I am here to make statements. I am here to make exclamations, declarations. What we thinking about the jersey? What we thinking about the jersey? Look who's on the back. Bing, bing, bing. Bow. FC Bayern Munich 5. St. Pauli, the bums, hipster club, 0. Great game. Great game. Rotational lineup. Musiala scores. Jimretska shows up in the second half. Olise balling. Getting hated on by the St. Pauli fans. You guys. Oh, it was a good match today. 5-0. On a day where Dortmund also lose to Leverkusen. The points gap is now 12. The Bundesliga is done. We have officially for sure 100% dug its grave. Undertaker style, Kane style, Death Valley shit right there. It's done. It's finished. Tombstone pile driver. Choke slam. St. Pauli finito. Trashito. Catalini. Shashatiti. Trash. Trash, bro. I watched too much HH, bro. I watched too much HH. But anyway, guys, 5-0 win, and we're ready for Real Madrid. Real Madrid. Tick tock, 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 tick tock. Real Madrid. Oh my god. We'll talk about Real Madrid at the end of the video. I will do the preview video as well, coming out on Monday for that match. But let's talk about the game today. Real Madrid that's later business. Let's talk about the masterclass we saw today. We destroyed these dudes, St. Pauli. We destroyed these guys. I mean, what we did today to St. Pauli is borderline illegal. I don't know what to say. I honestly expected a lot more resistance, a lot more fight away from home against St. Pauli. But today, they bent over for us, Mia Khalifa style, and they took it like a champ. 5-0 win. Musiala starts. Highly rotational lineup. The only players that started today that will start in the game against Real Madrid on Wednesday were Neuer, Leimer, Kimmich, and Olise. Those are the 4 players that still started today after the intense game against Real Madrid in the Bernabeu a couple days ago. But yeah, highly rotational lineup, and we still got the job done. 5-0. And Musiala, I was very interested in this game for Jamal. I didn't think he was that bad against Real Madrid when he came off the bench. I thought he did a job given his fitness. You have to realize, like, the injury, obviously I've stressed to you guys the injury Musiala had and how bad it was, but you also have to like show some respect for the kid, right? Because people were highly critical of his substitute performing against Real Madrid, and yes, he probably should have scored 1 or 2 goals. I understand, but I thought he did a job coming off the bench. And the reason why I'll give him that grace is because 1, his injury was that ass, and he's a young kid, and he's probably dealing with a lot of mental things this last 9 months since the injury happened. But 3, you guys, let me put it in this perspective. If we didn't have a key match coming up against Real Madrid, would Musiala be playing in that game? Probably not. This kid, even though he needs to probably take it slower and be a little more calm and not be so eager to get back for the health of his career, for the health of his ankle and his future, he wants to come back as quick as possible to help this goddamn team in these big boy matches. So you have to show respect to Jamal. And so after that, a lot of people critical of his performance, saying he's not the same. It's over. He's never going to come back. He gets to start today. He played 85-ish minutes, 84, 85 minutes, and I was happy with. I was overall happy with Musiala's performance. He gets a goal and an assist. He gets the headed goal in the 9th minute, and then he assists the Nicholas Jackson goal in the second half. But with Jamal, right, the reason I say I'm in general happy is because there were still some mistakes he was making in this game, and he was still not up to speed, which we'll talk about when we get to the lineup. But anyway, Musiala was back. Olise even gets a goal himself, quick succession. It was just a domination. It really was. And Ito and Kim held it in the back until Ito got injured again. So hopefully it's not like a torn calf or something with this Ito guy. But we'll talk more about the individual players. Yeah, Guerrero even gets on the score sheet. These were the stats, if you care. Just total domination from us, and it just shows you, man. St. Pauli's not a bad team. St. Pauli has caused a lot of issues for many Bundesliga sides this season, but we were able to play such a highly rotational lineup in the midst of the crunch time of our season, and we put up a performance like that. Credit to all the guys that started today, everyone that came off the bench as well. Credit to them. It was just a top performance. There isn't much to criticize in general over the game plan, over individual performances. There really isn't much to criticize besides the Donkey Jackson. We're gonna talk about Donkey Jackson real quick, but yeah, these were the stats if you care. 77% possession for us, 23 for St. Pauli, 20 shots, 8 big chances. We come away with 5 goals. Ridiculous match. And yeah, if you care about who assisted, Leimer assisted Musiala's goal in the 9th minute. Goretzka gets a goal. Then Goretzka assists Michael Olise's goal right after his goal off the corner, off the set piece. He pressed really well there to win the ball right off of kickoff. Jackson finally scores once it's put on a plate for him by Musiala, and then Rafael Guerrero scores at the end, assisted by Nicholas Jackson. This was the lineup. Let me get again, like I always say, my fat head out of the way, and let me zoom out so we can see the whole entire team. Yeah, Neuer, Bischoff, Ito, Kim, Leimer. Good performances from all of them today. Ito, let's talk about Ito. I like this guy, dude. I know he's a good player. If you watch the channel, you know I watch Asian football. I cover Asian football. I'm heavy into covering Asian Cup and Asian World Cup qualification, right? And I know his quality. This is what the point I'm trying to get is. I know about Ito's quality. He's really, in my opinion, he really is one of the best left-footed center backs in the world. But because of his injury since day one at Bayern, he's been an injury mess. And he gets the start today when he hasn't really even been playing that much the last couple of weeks, last month. He hasn't been playing much. He gets the start, and he gets injured after playing 65 minutes. I beg this question, and it's unfortunate because I had such high expectations for Ito. Should we sell this guy in the summer? Like, what's the point of having a guy in the squad if he's just going to keep getting injured? It's harsh because Hiroki Ito is a very nice guy, super respectful, just like your classic Japanese baller. But these injuries, man, you're basically not a player in the squad if you keep getting injured. Anytime we have to call on you in games like this to play so we could give rest to Ta and Upa. You know, Ta shouldn't have had to came on today. The plan probably wasn't for Ta to come on. The plan was probably for Kim and Ito to play the full 90, but he gets injured. So I hope it's not bad. I hope it's just like a little ooh. Not a big boo-boo, not a big surgery, whatever. It was just a little boo-boo. Because I want to see him go to the World Cup. I want to see him do well with Japan. He's a key player for Japan. But yeah, just another injury for him. Kimmich and Goretzka in the midfield. Let me just tell you, Goretzka was not man of the match. In the first half, it was just classic Jim Retzka again. Failing passes, stupid decisions. You know, we were much better than St. Pauli, so it was really bad. It was really hard for anyone to look shit, but Goretzka in that first half still managed to look shit. He did a lot better in the second half, though. He gets the goal. He gets an assist. He gets another goal at the end of the game, but it's offsides, basically the final kick of the match. It was a good ball by Bischoff. But yeah, just cool. Goretzka, good job, but have fun warming up the bench for Real Madrid against Real Madrid on Wednesday. I want you to keep that bench nice and warm once Kimmich and Pavlovic are done messing around and dancing around that Real Madrid midfield on Wednesday. Guerrero, Musiala, Olise behind Nicholas Jackson. Olise just was, taking it easy. That's one thing I'll say in this game. The team didn't even get out of first gear. We didn't even get out of first gear. We were taking it lightly. We were playing with intensity, right? But we were just so much better, so much more fit, so much more determined, even in year one against St. Pauli, that we still won 5-0. And that probably wasn't the case for guys like Guerrero, Musiala, Bischoff, who don't always start every game and play 90 minutes. But, you could definitely tell your Kimmich, Olise, these kinds of guys that are going to start on Wednesday. You can tell that Kimmich and Olise were taking it a little slower, a little easier. Even Olise, you could tell he was just even though he was destroying his fullback, he just wasn't playing to that same level we saw against Real Madrid, or that not level but intensity. So understandable. So yeah, at least had a good game before he went off. I don't know why. What I don't know what the beef between him and the St. Pauli fans was, but the St. Pauli fans did not like Michael Olise today. And when he actually got subbed off and he went to the bench, the guys behind the dugout were throwing trash at him. So St. Pauli, fix yourselves, you fucking hipster ass, bum ass club, hipster ass team. Shitty behavior there. I'm sure it's not racially motivated. I'm gonna assume it's not racially motivated, but just you shouldn't be throwing trash at the opposite team's player. It's just stupid behavior. Guerrero was all right, gets the goal, and then Musiala. This is where I want to spend a lot of time talking before we go to Roast Jackson. I thought it was a good game. If I were to give him an eye test score, not the foot mob match rating, but if I were to give him a match rating based off what I saw, I would give him a 7.4. I'd give him a 7. No, I'd give him a 7.5. Why am I giving him a 7.5? He did good on the goal. Very well. Good run in behind. And he takes the header nicely. Very well done. His assist to Nicholas Jackson was a well-weighted assist pass right to Nicholas Jackson's feet. Jackson, for all the misses he had this game, which we'll talk about, he could not miss the opportunity. And he had a lot of good moments in this game, Jamal Musiala, but you could just tell that he's still taking too many touches. The ball is getting stuck in between his feet. When he finds the ball in the tight spaces between the lines, sometimes in this game, I wanted to see him just take 1 or 2 touches and lay it off, combine with players. But there were moments in this game where I just felt like Musiala is trying to do too much. He's trying to impact the game too much by dribbling it a little too much. Basically, what I'm trying to say is he wasn't playing today at all times with the maturity that we saw him playing in last season, with that maturity we saw him playing with last season before his injury, because that was something I was so impressed with Musiala last year before his first injury in March that kept him out for the rest of the season. What was so impressive for me was, one, he was really the heart of our attack for a while, and two, he was so much more mature last season. The amount of times he really eliminated all the over dribbling for the most part last season, and he was like a true, like, sophisticated number 10. Coming back from his injury, you could still see that he's kind of regressed a little bit, and maybe that's because he's trying to get these minutes in, get ready for the World Cup, impress the fans, show the fans that he's still here, and try to have fun out there as well. Wants to dribble guys and gain his confidence as he beats more and more people, as he gets more minutes. But at times, I was just sitting there and watching Jamal Musiala and thinking, Jamal, like, that's not the time to do that. You're not in the space to do that. Just pass. You'll get your opportunity to take 2 or 3 guys on. You'll get your opportunity to make that flick pass. You know what I mean? So I was happy with Musiala's performance. I think it was very good that he got 84 minutes. Very, very good. Should he start against Real Madrid? No. But apparently Gnabry got a knock. That's why Gnabry wasn't even in the squad today. So if Gnabry isn't even ready for that game, Musiala is going to be starting against Real Madrid on Wednesday. And honestly, from what I saw today, I think he could play that game, but he cannot stay in that game for too long. Like, a 90 minutes against Real Madrid, his body, the intensity, the match fitness is not there. For the position he's going to play, the number 10, it's just not there. So we'll see what happens on Wednesday. We'll see if he starts. I think Gnabry should be fine, and Musiala will definitely come off the bench like halftime or 50 minutes into the match. But yeah, I thought this was a really positive game for him to get on the score sheet, to get an assist, to get 84 minutes. Big step in the right direction. And yeah, as he just gets more minutes, you guys trust me, as he gets more minutes, he will look more natural on the ball. He will look like the Musiala we saw last season. You just have to give him the time. And you might say, oh, well, Alphonso Davies got an ACL injury and he looks fine. I understand. But Alphonso Davies' position and his qualities are much different than Jamal Musiala's abilities and position. Alphonso Davies, I love the guy, but as long as he keeps his speed, as long as Alphonso Davies is able to get injured and come back with that speed, Alphonso Davies will always be fine as fullback, because he could always use that speed to bail him out. Because at fullback, You just really need speed at the end of the day these days. And then the best fullbacks in the world are more than speed. They can defend and they can attack. And that's your Alfonso Davies, your Nuno Mendes, and all those guys. But that's why it's easier for Alfonso Davies to come into this team after injury and still perform and still make an impact and still look comfortable, because he doesn't need to have the skill set Musiala had to play the number 10. What Musiala was doing in the number 10, taking guys on, shifty, left, right, quick touches, mature, in between the lines. It takes a lot more effort and a lot more time to get those kinds of skills back compared to Alfonso Davies' sprint up and down the field, combined with your midfield and overlap the winger and put a cross in. That is a big oversimplification of a fullback, but that skill set is much easier to get back into the mojo of than Musiala's skill set and his playing style as a number 10. So just please have patience. Please don't be one of these idiots online that's saying he's finished, Clausiala, sell him, he's never going to be the same. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help the German national team. It doesn't help FC Bayern München. And most importantly, it does not help Jamal Musiala. So I'm very happy overall with his performance today, and you can still see the deficiencies of this game that he will eventually get back to. He will get back to being at his best. Just trust me, he will. And then yeah, Donkey Jackson, man. It got to the point in the second half, man. I'm watching Zier's stream and I'm watching Liam's stream. Shout out Zier Talk, shout out FC Bayern, shout out Bayern View. Subscribe to the channels. But if you're watching me, you're probably already subscribed to them. But if you're not, go subscribe. It got to the point where in the second half, Nicholas Jackson had so many donkey moments within the space of 10 minutes. I'm telling Zier and Liam in their live chats, like, I can't do this anymore. This guy's a bum. This guy's not a footballer. I can't believe my eyes. And they just agreed with me. So Nicholas Jackson, I can't wait to send you back to Chelsea, and I cannot wait for those Chelsea scum to watch you play football for their club again. Yeah, but yes, 5-0 win. Let's end it here. Real Madrid. You guys, put your thoughts in the comments about that. Put your thoughts in the comments about Musiala, about the game, about Real Madrid. Put your thoughts in the comments down below. But Real Madrid. You see, I'll expand upon this in the preview video coming out tomorrow. Or no, probably coming out Monday. Sunday night, Monday night, whatever. I'll expand upon what the things I'll say now. But Real Madrid, we played 6 out of 10 in the Bernabeu, and we won. You are coming to Allianz. We will perform better. You guys probably will not. So you guys hence will not win the game. Real Madrid, I have respect for that badge. I have respect for Los Blancos, that white Real Madrid crest, that kit. I have huge respect for Real Madrid. But this is not your time. This is not your remontada. You are not the same. You're not who you think you are. You're living in the past. We will get the job done on Wednesday, and we will be in that semifinal, and we will dance on your grave. You guys, it's been your boy Hokage Puya. Like, subscribe. We hit 1K subs, by the way, so thank you guys for 1K subs. It took me 2.5 years or whatever to get there. Or did I already thank you guys in the last video? I'll thank you guys again. Thank you guys for 1K subs. It took me 2.5 years to get there. Kind of embarrassing, but hey, everyone's path is different in life. And so I'm on a different path to anyone else. You guys, Real Madrid on Wednesday. I'll see you guys there. I probably am doing a watch along for that. So tune in. I'll let you guys know. I'll make a post on YouTube. Leave your thoughts below in the comments. As always, again, it's been your boy Hokage Puya. 5-0. Patience with Jamal Musiala. We are ready for Real Madrid Wednesday in the Allianz Arena. Let's get the job done, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.